Welcome to the Chocolate Sundaes Comedy Podcast.
Welcome to Chocolate Sundaes, everybody.
Is that me? That's me?
Is it me a long bio?
Okay.
Are we doing that again?
Bruh, okay.
I don't think CPP.
Actually, you know what? Let's do something different today. I think you should take the intro.
Ooh.
You got it.
He put your reading on the spot. He put your reading on the spot.
He go word for word. I don't really need that.
Okay.
That's how you do it.
No, nigga, can you read it now? Nigga, he gave you the laptop.
I'm not gonna even lie. Is it multi-hyphenate?
Got it, bro.
This is that one. Oh, I got my own intro, man. That's how you do it. I'm gonna show you how to really do it. Cause he just listens. He be like, oh, he's on this and that, and he grew up without a father, and then this and that.
Y'all are like two mannequins at H&M arguing. Two perfectly crafted outfits. One for the outside to go, the other one for a nice chill, watching the game. That's what y'all niggas look like. But go ahead though, continue. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, this is the Chocolate Sundaes podcast. This is Brandon Cormel. We have Rich in the building, the co-host. We have Callie in the building. We have a special guest here. When I talk about this guy is, in my mind, a comedic genius, underrated, and he never gets as much respect as he should. And I'm glad we have him in the building right now. Y'all give it up for the one and only CP.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. Let's cut to the chase. Niggas be disrespectful.
Yeah, you know, he's be talking shit behind his back.
I'm like,
and,
what?
they don't really respect the nigga in the streets.
I'm from Detroit. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Let me know who the fuck.
Not verbally,
Sorry, no.
but I think it's you should get more praise than you actually do.
I think that, you know what? I think that that's by my own design. I think that, honestly, I think I could be a lot more visible on social media. I could do a lot of like pushes, you know what I'm saying? Like skits and shit like that. I just, you know, I feel like with doing that and doing stand-up and producing and writing and acting.
And your own show.
And, you know what I'm saying? So
I got it here. We can talk about your list. Yeah.
So, you know, it'd be one of those things where it's like, I gotta have time. Yeah. Like I'm one of those people. Like I'm enjoying right now for what it is. Like right now is the process. I ain't gonna lie. It's starting to feel like the process is turning into a new process, right? But this is all fun. Doing this with y'all. You know what I'm saying? When there's no money involved. When you know what I'm saying? Like
you're not getting paid for this?
No, I'm saying like not paid by my standards. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying like you know like. It's just like it's never gonna be as fun as it is right now. Like it's never gonna be just as exciting as it is right now. Like it's always gonna, you know, it's gonna start being about the business and it's gonna start being dope shit. But it's like, man, I'm just happy to be in it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We all comedians and we all, you know, finding the funny in our life and the shit that we like. And it's like, man, you know, this is really where it's at. It's very lonely when you on that road by yourself and you in these little sky lounges and shit and people looking at you crazy. Yes, I eat Danish too, motherfucker. I got braids and shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like for real, you just, you know, we all like pieces of popcorn or popcorn seeds in a big ass skillet and the heat is on us. And you know, you talking to your mans and boom, that nigga pop. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I miss being a seed with all my niggas. Once, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just like, it's always going to be that. So, you know, I'm grateful for right now and I'm grateful for what's coming. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I really this is what I enjoy is just being this. This is all I ask for. Well, you understand that? Like, just to be a comedian, just for niggas to be like, who all up there? Shit, Mike Epps, so-and-so, Kevin Hart, CP. That's all that for me, that's like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? And so when feel like I'm underrated, it's like I'm just taking my time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I have nothing to rush for. I got everything I want. You know, my people was good. It's like I'm just like walking in. You know what I'm saying? Like
no, I truly disagree. Let me tell y'all about this man.
Jesus Christ!
No,
what?
Hell no. Let me tell you about this man. Ever since the day I met him, he has always known exactly who he is, and he is so talented.
I never said I didn't know.
No. You taking this whole entire little like
I get what he's saying
approach.
though.
But I say this, like he's always so passionate, and when you have somebody who's very passionate about their talent, and you combine that with hard work, like it was like you enjoying it because you don't have a choice. Like you gonna leave us. It's gonna be hard to get you on the phone. Like I'm glad that we got you for the Chocolate Sundaes Super Bowl show coming up.
Oh, that's gonna be lit. Are you gonna be there?
I'm not gonna be there. It's not in the budget for me to come.
Got
you get to go, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be lit, man. I'm very excited too. But let me be clear. Once it's like you're on a football team that just went to the college football playoffs, right? You were the top offensive skill player on the team. Like, you got all the attention. You didn't hire the agent. You know you going to the league. And there's that moment between going to the league and football being over where you still a student and you realize that, damn, I'm not finna go here no more. And I'm not finna, and it's like, oh, man. You know, and it's like, that's what I'm talking about. That moment right now where you can go to the cafeteria and everybody like, man, good job on the game, man. Good luck in the future. Because it's like, after that, man, it's like business and contracts and taxes and, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you feel me? But I do leave in a couple of weeks to start filming another role. I'm about to film in Toronto. Yeah, crazy. A project that I actually got a chance to co-produce on with Natasha Rothwell from Insecure. She plays Kelly on Insecure. Yeah, she's so hilarious, man. Like, you know, I was geeked to work with her because it's crazy. When I was Yogi on Empire, on Empire, Jesus Christ. When I was Yogi on Love Life, right? Empire was my first shit I ever did. That was like the first time I was on TV. When I was Yogi on Love Life, people was tweeting me like, man, Yogi and Kelly need to do something. And I was like, yeah, she's hilarious. And then lo and behold, we got this project that we about to go shoot in Toronto for like 8-9 weeks. About to be crazy, but yeah, man, it's just like, dog, I'm at Chocolate Sundaes right now with my niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Going crazy, drinking the cranberry, and this shit, it got to be from a couple years ago. I could just taste the way it's hitting, the way it gets you that dry in the back of your throat. It's like, what is that? What is that, sea berry juice? What is that, sea berry?
That's our finest 2019.
Well, that's what we call it in the cranberry community, sea berry. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of sea berry.
Can you talk a little bit about your HBO Max project, My Father's Son?
No, I can't.
Okay.
I cannot.
It's in development, though.
It is in development,
okay.
And there's been a lot of movement on it, but it's also been a lot of movement at HBO. Gotcha. So we have it's a lot of decisions to get made. You know, I always say this. This is what I will say. As a person who I've executive produced and sold pilots probably like more times than I like to admit because none of them have really gone. I've shot the pilot or wrote the pilot and it just, for whatever reason, didn't go. And I always look at it like, you know, the more you do it, the less emotional you become about it. And it become like a real estate game. You fix these scripts up and, you know, you sell it or you live in it. You know what I'm saying? It's just either way it go. Sometimes you sell it and it's gone and you got to get that out your mind. This project, though, about my father and me and in like this parallel universe of how I could have grew up in a different way, it means more to me than, you know,
just another.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, you know, we have decisions to make because it'd be a lot of movement in these places, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, places like that right now. Got a lot of stuff going on and it's like, well, you know, it's just a lot to decide. So, like, you know, I'm very excited about the options that we have, you know, especially, like, thinking about who could possibly play my dad, guys that I grew up idolizing, you know what I'm saying, are reading the script, so it's dope. So, we're going to see.
Okay.
We're going to see.
Oh. Well, you earlier had brought up something about football and talking about being in that, like, space where, do we know who's going to Super Bowl now? Because the game is over.
Yes, we do. The Chiefs and the Eagles.
The Chiefs and the Eagles.
I call it the Chigo.
Are you trademarking that?
I mean, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Super Bowl, Chigo. You know what I'm saying? This for don't give a fuck. My team didn't make the playoffs, the Lions. So it's like, you know, I'm gonna be there with a Chigo jersey on.
Yeah. Okay.
We got to get you one of those before you get on stage.
I need a Chigo jersey, flat out.
Okay, so earlier you had mentioned football, and I want to know what kind of player you would be. When it comes down to being on a team, if you had two choices, would you rather be a really, really good player on a bad team or an average player on a not so good team? I mean, on a good team.
I'll be an excellent player on a bad team.
Why?
Because a bad team is gonna get good draft picks, and they're not gonna be bad for long. And I'm gonna put my feet down and really like dedicate myself to the city, right? So I can get as much money out their ass as I can, because they're gonna want to sign me. Like, yeah, he love the city, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I don't know, one of them cities don't nobody want to be in, like Baltimore. I'm in Baltimore, you know what I'm saying? Throwing they
brand deals.
Yeah, brand deals, all that. You know what
For
I'm
your
saying?
terrible team?
Yeah, give it up at Home Depot. Come on to Home Depot. You know what I'm saying? I'll be killing. Anyway, but plus, like, why would I want to be average ever? Right? So I'm going to stick it out with my bad team, be a legend. If we never win shit, I'd be the best ever did it. I'm from Detroit, so we got Barry Sanders. He one of the best running backs ever in the history of the league. Didn't win nothing because the team was kind of bad.
Right, and they talk about him not having a ring, right?
But can't do what he did though. This nigga had rubber knees. This nigga used to bend his knee backwards, back like a parenthesis, the other way. Like, man, niggas couldn't do that. Niggas that have parenthesis knees. You gotta be a special nigga with parenthesis knees. So you know what I'm saying? You talk about like me, I would be a cornerback, like Prime, or like Darrell Revis, or like Richard Sherman. Just a clamp nigga down, talk shit, gold chain, earrings, visor, cigarette. Pick six to the crib.
I would go with that too, though, because the average player, like, nobody remembers them.
Yeah.
You just won for a little bit, but it's like
Yeah.
you don't leave an imprint on the game. It's just you just was around for
I'm
winning.
gonna give you an example, right? And Kung Su, who is on his way to his I don't know how many Super Bowls he's been in, but he about to. Well, I think this is his second Super Bowl. He won one with Tom Brady, right? Wait, he didn't win one with the Rams. He won one with Tom Brady. Anyway, yeah, he won one in Tampa Bay. Now he's going with the Eagles, but he got drafted by Detroit. He was the best defensive player probably in the NFC when he played for Detroit, but the team didn't do nothing. He shined to the point where he was plucked out and put on some of the best teams in the league. He going back to the Super Bowl. It's like, dog, now I'll never be average, ever. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
I don't know. I think when you sit back and you say like I'm a shine and like out like star everybody and my team goes suck, like you don't know what could happen on the you know what I mean? Like you.
Oh no. I didn't say I was going to outshine everybody. I'm going to go crazy and motivate because I'm not trying to outshine them. This what winning look like.
So you're hoping that you being such an excellent player is going to motivate to come and be on the team.
If that don't motivate you, then you ain't no
Because
competitor.
you got leverage too. Like you got something to work with.
Yeah, I'm the leader of the team. Oh, these don't like me? Hey, Coach, let me holler at you real quick. Let's get a new O-line because these niggas some hoes.
Okay. I think now
Right
they got,
away,
like, so
CP,
much,
you got it.
they have so much that goes into like being an athlete. When I think about being an athlete, I think about like the whole brand of like that person. And so like yeah, it's cool to go get your shine, but like if you think about like what's life gonna be like after you're an athlete? Are you going to like be like in like are you going into journalism? Are you trying to be on ESPN? Like what do you have? Because when I want to say Dennis Rodman, when Charles Barkley. When like Shaq and them are talking,
Charles Barkley is a great. Shaquille O'Neal is a great. You understand me? So they could do that, but when you a GOAT, you ain't gotta do that.
okay.
And it's cool to win too, being like average, but it's like them niggas be selling their rings like 15 years later because they're so broke. It's like, now I'm gonna get that bag. I'm gonna shine and get that bag and be out of here. I ain't about to be an average nigga making $150,000. I'd rather be Barkley than Robert Horry any day. I don't know if you know Robert Horry.
Robert Horry, but I mean,
Well, not Robert. Like, another example, but you know what I'm saying, like that kind of thing. Like I'm cool with being
Put
great.
it like this. You rather be Robert Horry. I mean, you'd rather be Charles Barkley than Luke Longley.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like Ron Harper.
Yeah, I'd rather
what I'm
be.
saying?
I'd rather be that. I'd rather.
That's true.
Put
That's
my
true.
imprint on
Because
it.
guess what? The best team still got a best. So now I'm not the best.
Just the
Okay, good
average
point.
one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Super Bowl snacks. Is there anything you look forward to? I know your team's not playing, but is there any snack you look forward
You
to?
know
during
what?
Super
You know
Bowl?
what? Anything involving taco meat. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Anywhere you can do the taco meat, I'm there for the taco meat. Only because it just go with the game. Nachos, bam, I'm there. Tacos, bam, I'm there. Some kind of open pie, chilada shit, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of closed quesadilla, taco meat shit, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Taco meat on a hamburger bun, I'm there. You call that a loose burger in the D. Just know some onions on that bitch, some mustard.
I've never heard of that.
A loose burger?
Look it up. Wait till I get my money, right? Whoa. That's how I feel when I eat that bitch. Go ahead.
A loose burger. My family has a traditional meal that we do when we do sports. It's called Nick Dip. And I don't. First
Yeah,
of all,
you know, you deserve these looks.
You said it all cute, but how did your granddaddy say it? Who the hell ain't all the nigga there? Where the fuck is the nigga there, bear? See, that's your goddamn problem. Goddamn nigga. If you gonna come over here, I said bring something but a nigga there. Go ahead.
And she light skinned too. Your granddaddy probably white, huh?
She like, she over here like, we make our nip, and they're like, no, don't say it like that. Don't say it like that shit come from Mickey D's. Welcome, get her all new nip with your nuggets. You get a nip. Like, no, that shit sounds sweet.
it's fucked up because I don't really even know what's in it yet.
Oh,
what does it taste like?
I know for sure that it's like a not sour. It's a cream cheese base, and
Sour
it's
cream
spicy.
Gotta be sour cream base.
You think it's sour? It might be both together.
It's not cream cheese.
You don't think it's cream
No.
cheese? Do you know?
I'm giving your family the benefit of the doubt. Oh, go ahead.
It's spicy and it's creamy, but it's pink.
What are we talking about again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The nigga be like, truffle butter. Truffle butter. Nah, go ahead.
No, it's really good though. Like it's but the spiciness, it's not sour cream.
You right. Go ahead. You right. 'Cause it's a dip, not a spread. And that don't even matter. It is cream cheese. Go ahead. So what else in it? Cream cheese,
I don't know. I don't know.
salsa.
It's,
You put cream cheese and salsa to make the pink sauce.
okay, that makes sense that it's pink, but it's something else in there that makes it like just a little like over the top. And you know how like older black women get, like my auntie, like that's what she make. Like so.
Is there any meat in it?
No, there's no meat in it. But it's like it's a different kind of. I don't want to talk about this no more. Y'all talk. Y'all
brought it up.
You brought it up, and it's just like
Anybody asked you about that?
your fucking nigga dip let me down. I'm like, that sound kind of like it don't hit.
Cream cheese, pickles, vinegar.
It needs something else in it.
man.
Like, god damn, I'm eating it right now, Kylie. I'm telling you. Based on the ingredients you gave me,
I don't know what's in it. It's like
this ain't shit. This is not hitting. Call your auntie and tell her we need some dip. Tell her to make the motherfucker dip. And that's a whole different dip.
I'm gonna find out when you coming back, and I'm gonna bring it.
That's for the World Cup, the motherfucker dip. Go with the motherfucker dip.
CP, do you bet? You betting man?
Oh, he got a problem. You can tell when they do this.
You know what?
He got a problem.
That's a whole different problem. Officer, this is my car. Well, I used to have one of these. Let me think. I do. I think I'm a bet with the Eagles this year. They beat the shit out them niggas. That's all I need to see. I'm like, you know what? Yeah. If then, and it was kind of cold out there too. In the warmth, I could do a lot of shit in the warmth that I can't do in the cold. Niggas don't work right in the cold. You ever notice that? Like we do all right in the cold, but we come alive when it's hot. What up now? Nigga? What's up? It's warm now. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Any other? I know they do like prop bets. Have you seen those?
What's that?
So prop bets are like you're not betting on the game. You're betting on stuff around the game. So
side bets.
So side bets. So
Oh,
they call
like
them prop
it's gonna
bets.
be heads or tails.
Heads or tails, or like what's the order of the Super Bowl lineup?
Yeah.
during the
Y'all see the
halftime
glistening
show.
that his eyes do while we're talking about betting? Like, is this your jam?
I was just
You
inquiring.
be betting? Do you bet?
Hey,
Do you dabble?
a little bit.
Okay.
I dabble a little.
I don't dabble, man.
Yeah, dabble.
I be putting money in the stock market and then drawing it right down like it's drug sales. How much we do today? Break it on down. Break it on down.
I think I saw you had something on Rareable. You had some
I do have some
art,
NFTs.
some NFT art.
Some NFT art. And you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
People making offers on it, and I'll be ignoring the email because I don't know. I done lost the password to that shit. Leave me alone. They be straight up making offers. They get offering me hella Ethereum, and I'll be like, man, go on with that bullshit. I'm making cash right now.
What kind of artwork is up?
It's like pictures of my face, like rare pictures of my face. But also, I'm making a like a small metal world, like an apartment with like an apartment building that people can rent apartments in. And then at the top is parties every night, and like the DJ or whatever, you take your little person up there and dance. And I'm trying to build the world out of like a pool or a lake or a beach, some shit like that. And so like the NFT art, when you buy the NFT, your apartment get themed like that by the NFT.
What made you want to start building those worlds? Like, how'd you get into it? Because I've always been kind of confused on the value that people get.
That's the thing. I don't even know the value. So I'm actually slowing up. But not slowing up, but just like that's the plan. But the process is very slow. Getting people to build it, like getting actually like paying for the actual space, like buying the real estate in the meta
Sounds
space.
like you need contractors, like for real.
Well, you need designers and shit like that. It's not hard. I mean, you design one apartment and then put 500 of the bitches on top of each other. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's not real technical for real. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that you want people to stay in your world for a long time. So
you gotta hook them with a bunch of stuff.
You gotta hook them with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm offering. Now, so no, but no, but you know, I'm just dabbling right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my investment is going to be determined by how much I feel like the space is worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want it to look real sweet, or you want it to look like Minecraft, nigga. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you can kind of do it like some wax shit in there, build it up better, and build. You know what I'm saying? It's like your world becomes like let's say like the video game world. So what I expect is that it's gonna start going from 32-bit to 64-bit, from 64-bit to 128-bit to, you know, 2K, 4K, etc. To where it's gonna be so fucking clear
in HD
and realistic. So at that point, you know, to have these small building block real estate plots, when shit gets like that, that's gonna be valuable because now you can kind of rebuffer it and make it some real shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's good, just buy it now. Invest a couple $, it's not a lot. You can find a nerd with some dandruff in the eyebrows. Come on in, buddy. I got a whole setup in here. So what do you want to do? Exactly. And he's like, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Was there any moment in your childhood where you could look back now as an adult and be like, dang, somebody should have pointed at me and been like, you are gonna be a comedian?
You know, I had the kind of parents that used to have to sneak and watch Richard Pryor and shit like that. We used to go downstairs and sneak and listen to it on the record player and da-da-da-da. And so, you know, I think they just wanted to introduce me to it early. And so, like, I was watching, like, Eddie Murphy Raw. My favorite part was, like, the skit at the beginning with Bug and them from the cops. It was just amazing to me that them was kids doing that. But just his jokes, I was going to school saying this shit, goony goo goo and shit. They didn't know what the fuck I was talking about because they wasn't allowed. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, even with rap, like, I was going to school rapping, like, Scarface lyrics. And they thought I was freestyling. I'm like, yo, kick a beat. And I'd be like, yo, you never seen a man cry. You know what I'm saying?
Like, oh, shit. Keep going places.
Deep. But, I mean, you know, like, yeah, man, like, it got to the point where I would start asking for some of that stuff for Christmas. Like, Mom, can I get, like, a Richard Pryor tape? And she would get it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like third grade is when I started making like my homeboys laugh a lot to the point where I was like disrupting them in class. You know you funny when you fuck up your niggas' grades. You know what I'm saying? And then yeah, man, I remember just funny ass jokes that I would say in class that even had the teacher rolling. I remember one time she was like, science. I've said this a million times on podcasts before, but she's like, what's that thing that beavers make in the water? You know, and humans actually borrowed this technology from them, and we make them as well, but they make them to stop the water and actually build a little house in the water. What is that called? And I was like, ooh. She was like, Chris. I was like, damn. Damn. But the answer was damn. But I used it as an opportunity to curse in front of my classmates, and it was genius. She couldn't say shit. She was stifled. You know, we had a good laugh, and then she said, all right, everybody, baby. But making her laugh was like, ooh, this is grown. She got all kind of shit going on. She probably smoked weed and shit, and she laughing at me. You know, it's just little shit. I remember old Dave Chappelle sets I used to watch back before niggas knew who he was. He had this set where he was talking about how white people came up with the word nigga. He was like, they was in a town hall meeting trying to figure out what to call us. And they was like, why don't we call them wieners? And they was like, wieners. But it's like, it was just his act out, and it was just everything he was doing. I don't know where they got them tapes from. You know, my mama boyfriend, and they was watching that shit and whatever. But, you know, it just planted a seed, man. Like, it's always been in the back of my mind. That's what I wanted to do. And it just was a matter of finding a way to do it because it looks so far-fetched and unbelievable to even be this. You know what I'm saying? So that's what really the journey has been about, is making myself believe that it was possible. But I always wanted to be it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never really played no sports like that. I was on sports teams because I had swag. See, you could do tryouts in some dog-ass Jordans, and the coach be so impressed with the Jays, he didn't even realize because the Jays is like this. The Jays is hooping.
I feel like the way that you're talking about the tapes for Dave Chappelle, that's low key the same way I talk to my friends about you. It's crazy.
God
it's
damn.
Kind of
that shit my heart up a little bit. I'm drinking a CBJ with fucking lime.
No, seriously, man. Like,
damn, that's deep,
it
bro.
really is. It really is. I'm like, we're in a time, and just to be at this table right now is just, honestly, it's kind of surreal. Cause
wow.
It's big, man. Like, I've worked with you behind the scenes before on just a bunch of different projects and stuff, and it's like, I'm like, this CP is probably the funniest comedian I know. Like, hands down.
Dude, I was doing Tahir. You remember this at Tahir's show?
What did we do? It was Spelling is Hard?
Yeah, Spelling is Hard. So
yeah.
like this dude, so Tahir, like he's like giving like random, like Brandon's from Oswego. He says like I train ostriches, right? So I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. And this dude's like, oh, we heard you can do ostrich noise. Can you do it? And I'm like, who the fuck thinks of that?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'm just like, dude, like when it comes like
you gotta do a big strong chicken, but God. That's what I think they sound like, but God.
Yeah, like when it comes like to like thinking outside the box, I can't name a lot of comedians that could do that. And that's like my perfect style of comedy. Something you don't really see coming
At all.
Yeah, and you had another one you just posted a minute ago with that dude, Renee.
Renee Vaca.
This dude, he was like, he puts his like, dick
intro
on top of the shoulder. He puts a bitch on top of the shoulder. And he's like, just fuck that bitch like this, and I can just see the big ass dick on the shoulder. He's just fucking that bitch. Like it was just, it's crazy how.
Genius, man.
But yeah, I think that, man, you know, it was a perfect storm for me, and being that made me understand and respect different like facets of people, where it's like, oh wow, watching it come together perfectly created this person that we all get to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like being an only child and, you know, spending a lot of time with adults and not with kids, so that my sense of humor was hella mature. Which was good because it gave me a long time to be with that sense of humor, as opposed to an adult who gets that sense of humor as an adult, and then, you know, it's kind of like, you know,
then
it's
they
like,
start fine-tuning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like those kids who like mustard real early. Those are the ones who got the palate to be chefs and shit like that. Because every kid hate mustard. Because I don't really understand why we even fuck with it for real, but it's fire. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, but you don't, for their brain to understand why it enhances taste like that, that's special. And you got to pay attention to those little bitty signs, because, you know, like, and my parents just so happened to be like, man, he's funny. Like, for example, my mom and her sisters, you know how I got all, like my grandfather had 3 girls, that's it, right? And then my dad got 7 brothers. You know what I'm saying? So I got uncles and I got aunts. You know what I'm saying? So, you know how my mom is a middle child. Her and my aunts, they all kind of like be competing and, you know, like just, you know, they black sisters. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the first kid in the family. My mom had me, she was 20. You know what I'm saying? So here I am with them. Anyway, I'm like 9 years old. My auntie, she got a new boyfriend, but this got on one of them big ass Apple hats. You know, and it's like it got a bob, but also got like one of them Steve Harvey hats. You know what I'm saying? And so he walked in, and I was like, "Hey, look at him, extra!" Like he got the papers. Man, my mom was dying, but my aunt was mad. Like, why would you teach him some respect? He didn't like to roast people, roast anybody. But my mom was just like, you know, it was just like, and
she allowed you to be you.
That's why I like that Eddie Murphy Raw sketch, because Samuel L. Jackson and the mom played Eddie Murphy's parents, and they was dying laughing. The whole rest of the family, or no, that was the uncle and aunt. The whole rest of the family was appalled and embarrassed, but they fuck with it, and that's all your kid need. My mom used to be dying laughing. My dad used to be dying. What the fuck you say? This nigga crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's all a nigga, like that shit for a nigga confidence. It's just like, that's through the roof. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I was like in my parents' entourage. That's kind of what it was like. And so to make the star laugh, because my mom was like Halle Berry, my dad was like, fuck, these are some cool ass people. So making them laugh, man, please. My dad used to wear Tarzan drawers. You know how kind of you got to get in the 80s to wear like the man panties with the Miami Vices? Yeah, I was like, man, this was out of control.
So you feel like you had confidence at a very early age? Because everything I've known you, you've been super confident.
I feel like what's crazy is confidence became my stat quo setting. So I didn't even realize that I was confident, and what I was searching for, I already had. So I'm looking for confidence verbally, but I've already been like fucking drowned in confidence. Like, this is what this is how my tribe talks to me. This is how we speak. And I'm out here looking for something extra because I'm thinking that you have to gain confidence. And, I'm looking, and it's like, yeah, I think I've always been like this. And I'm only recently becoming more self-aware. Like, wow, I do come across very, very strongly. And I don't even mean to, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I know what I want to say. And I know how to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm great with words and I'm great with timing. And I know it. And I don't spend a lot of time second-guessing my shit or, trying to, censor myself or get small. You know what I'm saying? I like what I like. And I fuck with that. So that's,
Perfect. I'd say perfect example. So I was cutting for Kev on Stage's Churchy, right? So we filmed. Him and Kev were doing a sketch together where it was just Kev comes in. He's a pastor. CP, I think you were playing. I
roasted everybody.
You were roasting everybody in the church. We shot for an entire day, and CP's take. I think we did 2 takes.
2 takes, yeah.
And it was the funniest shit. Like, had the entire, like, the cast, the crew, everybody was laughing. Everybody quieted down and was, like, listening to your take. And then, so I'm cutting, I get all the footage back. I got to cut it. I could not get through that edit, bro, I was dying laughing.
That was a fun
It was so much fun.
I was roasting the shit out of them imaginary people. I said this motherfucker breath was so hot that she could put a raw hot dog in a bun. And by the time that got up to her mouth, bun is toasted. Hot dog got a nice char on that bit. Man, just going. But I think that, once again, it's like, man, if it's not me, then who, right? And I think that everybody needs to have that mindset about what it is you do. If it's not me, then who? And if it's not right now, then when? So, like, I'm, the shit I want to say, I gotta say it because I want to say it. Like, sometimes you gotta trust yourself like you a fan of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to hear me brainstorm. All right, cool, nigga, but then go up there and brainstorm. Because I know that if I was a fan, I would love to see, somebody process. You know what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, I might do a brainstorm special.
You saw
that'd be lit.
Dion Cole has his it's called Working It Out. Have you seen that?
Oh, no, I haven't.
So it's about 40 minutes.
But he does that though. And he has a notepad sometimes he used to have.
No. So this is like he says it's not a special and they just dropped it on YouTube through Netflix. And it's called Working It Out, and it's
shout out to Dion.
It's great. And it's exactly what you're saying. It's like, we all know the notepad bit and stuff like that, but we know that that's polished, right? He's actually doing, the jokes and working it out for 40 minutes, and they kind of take different days. So he'll be, check it out. But I feel like just because he's done it doesn't mean you can't do it.
I was about to say, like, I don't think, and I mean, I say this graciously, and I would ask any of them, but like, man, it's not a lot of comedians better off the cuff than me. I was like, I would love to do that. And I'm a huge fan of Dion. Dion then threw me work. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, shit, I want to do it too. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, that sounds dope as hell. And I'm pissed I'm behind the curve on that because I have not seen that.
You got your hands in a lot of different things, though. Like, you got a lot of things going on, so you can't even, like, pretend to be a little bit disappointed that you didn't do one thing.
It's just, it's expensive to live in L.A. Shit, I'm just trying to.
I know. I feel like I look up, you're hosting at Comedy Store, then you're at Los Globos.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, that's a part of me soaking up this time. I'm not gonna be able to do that pretty soon.
Yeah.
Like, right now, I got to leave for 8 weeks, and I know. I can feel it coming. Like, I got a little psychic ability in me that be kind of scaring me sometimes. I think it's because I'm a Pisces, real talk.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, but it's like I just can feel certain shit. Like, man, I'm about to be on set in a trailer, reading side. I feel it. So it's like, man, I want to do, but this is what I miss doing. Right now, I miss doing this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just like, dog, like, this is my time right now. You know what I'm saying? People need this. I'm giving motherfuckers $1 million sets. Oh my God. My Too Funny Tuesday clips, I'm having to not post stuff that I want to put in my special.
Yeah.
But the shit I be having be so crazy. I be like, let me just put this one up about the old ladies or the bankhead bounce.
Dog, the Harriet Tubman joke.
Nah, that's ridiculous.
I love that joke, bro.
That's the funniest joke I've heard.
I can never get tired of hearing that joke. It's insane.
That was the first time I heard it. Was at the Too Funny. I was like,
one time he had a set here. He didn't do it, and I was mad. I was like,
I know, dog.
do the damn shit. Like, it was that type of shit. Like, God damn.
Lonnie had told me too. Like, a couple people in the back want you to do the Harry Tucker thing. I'm like, all right, cool, I got you. And then the set just didn't go there, and it was like
he was gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
And she like Charco Charlie. That's her favorite joke, which is like, Lonnie, you're sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're really sick. So Charco Charlie is this, basically. Cause I gotta stop saying it on stage because motherfuckers hate me after I say this. You know what I'm saying? I got enough hate me jokes. But this one is like, look, I'll be like, where are the single ladies at? And they be like, woo! And I mean, look at these stuck up bitches acting like they single because ain't no good men. It's plenty of good men out there. There's a bunch of good men in the hospital in the burn unit right now, sitting there, burnt up, nobody to love them. And I said, you know what's crazy? You talk about a nigga that will treat you good. You come home every day, you like, I got rose petals. I'll put the rose petals out. Drew you a bath. I'll put some chicken in the oven, bake a chicken real good. You like, girl, let me call you back. Charco Charlie done got me a goddamn feast and a rub down. Lonnie dies when I tell that joke. And I be like, Lonnie.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Incredible.
You know, and so, yeah. So, you know.
I just, while you said you ain't gonna, you gonna be gone for 8, because I gotta get this off my chest. This man has perfected the art of entering a room.
What you mean?
You know what's crazy? Before you even say that, what's triggering about that is that my friends have all clowned me and accused me of turning into this different person when we go in public. And what it is like, this is how CP was born. Because it was just Chris Powell, Chris. And then when I pledged, it was 3 Chris's on our line. So we all can't be Chris.
Capital, right?
Yeah. And so we had to all change our name from Chris. None of us could be Chris. So that they could distinguishably call, whatever. So I became CP, one of them became C Hood, and the other one was Gandhi, right? But so these became my brothers, right? But like even my niggas from like a childhood be like, dog, why do you start walking like that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? They be like, bro, like you just act like you in a movie all the time. And
How does he walk, Callie?
No, listen, I was sitting in the front booth right here, and this man walked around the corner. It was like 5 comics in a booth together, all sitting there talking. And when comics are talking, we don't care about nothing else that's going on. We're having a conversation. This man hit the corner, and he didn't just hit the corner. He hit the corner. His hair said, whoosh. Whole room slowed down, and all the girls said, "Did you just see how he hit the corner?" All of us together. That's what we all to each other were like. Did you just see how this man hit the corner? And the other girl was like, "Yeah, it was like in slow motion." I said, "Yeah, his hair like whipped." We all were like, "Dang, like you really like captured."
I don't know what it is, but I become a vampire when it's time to get.
I saw him walking here one time. I thought he was a rapper at first. He had like a low hat. I'm like, "Look at this rapper." He was like, "What's good with it?" I'm like, "This nigga CP."
Bruh.
I say that as somebody who's known you for a couple of years. Your evolution from I feel like in your mind you switched to knowing you was that nigga to like knowing you was gonna be that nigga. Cause like now when you walk in a room, everybody first of all always stops, and I'll be like, who? What? like today was the first time I felt the effect. It was like the CP effect. It was like, what's that?
Look. I've always wanted to be cool, and I feel like this is when it goes Super Saiyan. Is when you find your lane. When a nigga find his lane, it's like there is no better feeling than knowing what you are here for, and it's like the confidence that I have is because I'm so grateful, and it's like nigga, that shit just I be walking like I'm your daddy, I'm in the alley, I'm the doctor when you need it. Just I can't explain it, bro. It feels amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like dog, like cause I've always been like, everybody, shut up, Chris Powell. You're too loud in the back of the class. Like, now look, bitch. Now look.
It was 3 women that he walked into the circle to, and I feel like all of us thought that you looked us in the eye when you hit the corner, and you could not do that.
Now, having big ass eyes also is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? People be in the audience like, were you looking at me? I didn't see you. They be like, oh yeah. It's like a poster. You ever look at a poster and everywhere you go, I'm your daddy. I'm that nigga in the alley.
Do you feel like your style has changed in the last couple of years?
Hell no. My style had changed when I was broke and my mom stopped buying everything. That's when my style had to change to some shit that I wasn't comfortable with. Now, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? That's how I always wanted to dress. It be mainly brand new shit. That's how, you know what I'm saying? And it's getting ridiculous. But I told my wife and I told my family, I'm like, look, I remember when my daughter was born, I had 3 pair of shoes. 2 of them was boots. I was living in Detroit. 2 of them was boots. One high top pair of Air Force Ones. That's all I had. And I used to clean them bitches and had them, you know, but it was like, and I used to be like, man, look, when I get this money, I'm just going to be buying the cars I want and shoes, like, you know, because I was giving all my money to feeding my child, and I had to pay the rent and all this other shit. And it was like, man, when I get it. So now it just be like 8 boxes outside the door. And my wife just be like, we running out of space. What don't you understand? We running out of space. I be like, shut the fuck up. I need this. I told y'all. I be feeling bad because she be like, yo, like, none of us can live anywhere. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's shoes is made out of shoe boxes. They bed made out of shoe boxes and shit.
You also smell good. Like,
so, yeah.
All right, Callie. Calm it down. Bring it down to 3, Callie. We get it. We get it.
All right, Callie. He has a wife and kids.
Thank you.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
It's not even like that. Like, no,
She making my belly button hurt.
I'm saying this as a friend because, like, not saying you ever stunk or nothing, but like you smell like you got your stuff together. Like you smell like
you
can be her father, be her mother.
The good colognes cost like $3.75. I'm just be honest with y'all.
What's the newest one you got?
I can't tell people.
Yeah, you can't share it because then everybody be on your shit.
Is that man code?
Yeah, it's man code for real.
That's
Y'all
some
all
respect.
got so intense.
Like last show, don't ever ask a man that.
Yeah.
You did with Jasmine.
Yeah.
Don't ever ask a man that.
Wait, what did you ask, Jasmine?
I asked you. All right, is this rude to you? I asked Jasmine because she had a baby, and I was like, was it
Jasmine
planned?
Lay. Jasmine Lay,
Yeah, I was
right?
like, was it planned or was it?
She hate that baby. Like, no, I'm playing. Shout out to Jazz.
I said, was it planned or was it just happen? They was like, why would you ever ask a woman that? And I'm like, I thought it was cool, but she said they both said it was like rude to ask that. I'm like,
You could tell when the baby a mistake behind the mama act.
Don't you ever.
Yeah. But here go the thing though. That baby look just like Jasmine so much. It's crazy. I love Jasmine. Shout out to Jasmine. Shout out to the baby. I remember we was in New York. I was in the cellar. It was 2:00 in the morning, and Jasmine walked in the cellar with the baby. Baby was wide awake. Swear to God.
That's valid because she definitely was talking about it on the podcast. She said that baby be in all the clothes.
No, straight up. Baby walked in. I was like, damn. She's like, here, take this. And then I was like, so shit. But that's what I like. You know what I like about that though, is that fuck all these social norms and shit that we think is so normal. Like it's so valuable how the village is raising these babies sometimes. Like I was a baby like that. I was going to all the games. My mama was young. So I was going to the high school basketball games and going, with my auntie. She pledged in Delta. I'm up there with the Kappas and shit. And it's like, it just adds texture to you for real. Like to just, like to grow up like Forrest Gump. You know how Forrest Gump grew up? He was in that. Okay, that's a bad example.
yeah, I was waiting for it. I was like, how you gonna flip this one?
No, Forrest Gump. He knew Elvis and shit. He did a lot of shit.
Oh, okay, I get you. Okay, I get you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is like a lot of people. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of us think you're supposed to keep your babies. It's
Well,
good.
it keeps them as kids.
Yeah.
Versus, I feel like giving them some, runway just to be an adult. Like you said, you mature a little bit more, a little faster, right?
Yep. And I mean, you're gonna be an adult longer than you're gonna be a kid. And I was an adult early. I ain't saying I was like on some crazy shit, but it's like I had responsibility. I had to warm my mom's car up, had to move it sometimes. I would take a food stamp, go to the store, buy either a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos or a pack of Winter Fresh gum, and get 25 cents. I mean, for 25 cents, get 75 real cent back. Catch the bus to school for 50 cents, get a transfer for 25 cents to bring back. You know how hard it is to be 11 years old and to keep up with a transfer all day?
oh my God, I know that feels.
Oh my God. I'm like, all right, cool. This is my transfer. it's time getting home. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, I remember, like, 90s was a different time, but I was out there, like, with the city bus, like, at 11. And I'm talking about from the east side of Detroit to the west side, damn near. Bless you. And that's anybody from the D knows. Like, I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was going to Hutchins, but I was living in Brightmoor. People in the D, you understand. It was like boroughs that a nigga had to go through. On the bus, 11. You know what I'm saying? Just no hair on my nuts. Looking out the window like.
Well, now you have a really nice life. Do you feel like your kids would be able to take on some of them tasks? Your kids wash dishes?
I don't trust kids with dishes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Imagine we drinking out of these glasses. Somebody, by the way, a kid watched it. We're going to be like. All right, can I get a straw? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, it's just like, nah, man, like, it's just delicate with kids.
I was gonna say it's hard because like you were literally just saying everything that you had, the texture that it made you, right? But then you get that. And it's like, well, damn, do I want my kid to have to catch the bus and do a transfer?
You gonna judge his parenting on this?
No.
You gonna flip it like that?
Oh, don't instigate that.
But that's the whole, that's the whole like issue is that like, what do you do? Do you raise them as hard as you were raised? Or do you raise a version of yourself that you could watch not go through that? You know what I'm saying? And be stronger, quicker, and be, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so I think that, it's like, man, when I was 16, I had to buy my own car. You know what I'm saying? And it was used and shit, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I feel like when my daughters are 16, like, brand new car. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that means something to me. I don't know if it means nothing to them, but it's like, that means, because nobody in my family did that. It was all some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's just little shit like that. I guess it's like, man, and I don't have no son. So if I had a son, I think I'd be like, he'd probably be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just daughters, man. It's just like the world is so hard, man, that you want to give your daughters just this level of comfort right now that they can't get nowhere else. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm single. My dad said he just did so much stuff that like it's so hard to impress me, and I don't need somebody to impress me. But then, like, I feel like when you date, like, that's what men want to do. But like, who gonna be able to do that?
That's why I love women with no fathers. It's just a way better path. I'm telling you, it's you don't gotta deal with no nigga who treated her right with the long mustache. None of that shit. It's just so much easier.
you need a motorcycle jacket that says beard embraces. Beard embraces. You a wild boy.
Do your kids get to travel with you on the road?
Sometimes. It just depends on where I'm going. If it's a place like, well,
you got Arizona coming up.
Well, right. So I'm doing Arizona for the 11 football Chocolate Sunday show, which is dope. It's going to be right by the big game. It's going to be lit. But no, they wouldn't go with me to that because I want to get drunk and shit, and you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, like places that like let's say I'll do San Diego, and if it's a weekend, we'll do Legoland while I'm there. You know what I'm saying? They stay in the hotel, I go do my shows and come back. They enjoy that. Netflix is a joke was here. The city was real busy, so I took them out of the city, took them to Disneyland, and they was at Disneyland. We were just kind of operating out of Anaheim, coming back to the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, just little stuff that can make it fun for them, but at the same time, like, nah, it's just they're my daughters. If there's my son, they need to hear what I'm saying. They need to understand what kind of we are. You know what I'm saying? But they my little girls, man.
Would you let your daughters date a comedian?
They probably gonna end up one. They some silly little motherfuckers. They damn so, man. My daughters is hilarious, and they just, they get it, you know what I'm saying? And, they got to be girls, so they got to be nice and all of that, but they starting to get hungry for people's pain.
So we have this game that I think it's kind of pointless to play with you because I already know what your answers are. At least I think I know what your answers can be, but it's called Fuck Your Approval.
I've been taking Sudafed, so like I get a little emotional. You never know what my answer's going to be.
Okay. There's this book. It's called Not Nice by Dr. Aziz Gazupura. Okay.
You sure you pronouncing that right?
I think I might.
I'm just saying, like,
I threw a little sauce
you said
on there.
it and you put a little whoop.
You know what I'm saying?
You said
it might be Gazupura.
He said like, what the f***? It's Carapara. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry.
And pretty much what the book talks about is just like approval and self-seeking, right? So as you're reading this, I'm just thinking like, dang, like I wonder what a lot of comedians, you have your stage presence, but what's actually going on in comedians' lives, and do they feel like they need to seek approval, from their peers, from their colleagues, from the industry, whatnot, right? So he has this list of 15 signs of approval seeking, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to ask you on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 means I completely agree with this statement, like this is my life. 1 is I completely disagree from this statement. This, I don't do this at all, okay? And the point is pretty much just to see, like, where are you at on that approval seeking scale?
Got you. I'm going to say 3 on everything. Go ahead.
For sure. So the first one, avoiding no. And it's like rapid fire. So after we'll talk about kind of the ones that stuck out to you, but
Got
we
you.
just want to get
Avoiding no one.
Okay. Avoiding no. So you say no to others.
Not only do I say no to others, but I don't shy away from the rejection.
Hesitation. You often wait for the right thing to say.
No. One. I said the wrong shit before I hesitate. I don't give a fuck.
Nervous laughter. You're quick to laugh at what another person says, even when it's not that funny.
They're like 4. Sometimes niggas be bigger than you. I don't be having time to be acting like niggas ain't funny, man. You ain't finna punch me on top of my head.
Difficulty with endings. You have a difficulty ending things, from conversations to friendships to romantic relationships.
2. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, man. You know what I'm saying? But I will get the on.
Overly agreeable. You smile, nod, and are very agreeable with others regardless of your actual opinions on the subject.
One. Cause I can just go home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go home. I don't give a fuck. Don't look at me like, oh, you fuck y'all.
Avoiding disagreement. You avoid disagreeing with others, challenging others, or stating alternative.
One. My bad, go ahead. Remember that song? Mm-mm. Okay, cool.
Fear of judgment. You're afraid of the judgments of others, which can lead to nervousness, hesitation, overthinking, or social anxiety.
One. You know what I'm saying? I think I've overcome that. You know, you feel me? You get older and realize that you're not getting no taller. This is what it is. This is the dick. You know what I'm saying? You get real quick like, fuck it, it is what it is.
Fear of upset. You're often afraid that others are secretly angry or critical of you, even though you they seem to like you when you guys are together. Meaning you're always thinking like something went wrong, something I did went wrong.
Man, you know what? I'm going to get at a 3 because I deal with a lot of family who I know they love me, but it's like, you know, you just don't know, man. And as much as I would like to admit and act like I don't, I do care about what they think. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, even down to my daughters, and I'm not saying they don't like me, but it's just like, you know, I do find myself having those emotions now that I have a family. More so than I used to be. I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker would say, what a motherfucker think, whatever. But now it's like, man, I hope I wasn't too hard on her. I hope I was. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You feel me? Like, you know, so yeah. Or, man, maybe I should have lent them that money. Maybe this time was the time somebody go kidnap and kill them.
This is, I couldn't wait to ask you this one. So, pressure to entertain. You feel the pressure to have something great to share, such as a funny or crazy story about an adventure you've had.
5. You know what I'm saying? Painfully. Painfully, it's like I'm a performaholic. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that that's why I'm gonna be one of them niggas, is because I'm never gonna this ain't just me. I'm not just doing this for the money. Like, I really can't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, It's not about. Like, I've been funny longer than I've been getting money from being funny. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, I'm going to do this till I die, period. I already know this. Like, you know, I'm going to be John Witherspoon, Dick Gregory with my shit. And rest in peace to them. Those are greats. But it's like, that's how I want to go. I want to go out fucking booked on Thursday, died on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's because, like, I don't see anything else. Like, this is the end all be all. Everything is a derivative of this performing. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm acting or whatever, it all comes from the performance of it. So yeah, I'm locked in, man.
Performaholic. I love that. Second guessing and conversational replay. So during an interaction, you experience kind of self-consciousness, or you replay how you came across to somebody.
I think I'm 3. Very critical of my intentions and the way that I come across. It's very important. I think that more so than being funny was how did I come across tonight? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I often drive home and replay my shit in my head and think about shit I could have said and what I could have said better, which is very exhausting because every match means something. Last night I saw LeBron jump up and down because he missed his foul, and I felt him. Even though this is one game and we got AD bad, we got Rui Hachimura, like we looking good, it's like this moment right now, this is supposed to be the most important thing to me. And so I got to treat it like that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Great. And we got a couple more. Habitual apologies. You're quick to apologize out of habit.
Like a 2. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no smoke. So I definitely, like, I'm never shy to admit I'm wrong. Oh shit, my bad, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm my bad, a nigga to death. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Submissive body language. You demonstrate submissive body language such as looking away frequently or keeping your eyes down.
Nope. One. I'm looking at them titties. I'm looking with them little bitty titties. You know what I'm saying? With them little bitty titties. I'm you know what I'm saying? I got big eyes. What I'm gonna do with them? Stare at some shit over there. Somebody, what the fuck you looking over here? Oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. 3 more. Putting others first. You have a strong habit of putting others' needs ahead of your own, thinking it's selfish to do otherwise.
I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I know I'm gonna get mine. You know what I'm saying? So like, making sure everybody around me get theirs is like, that's important. Like when you when you coming up in this game, man, Hollywood make it known like when they know you. Before the world know you, they know you. So you start getting like VIP for one. Right? You can come, but you can't bring your family and kids. You can, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I start, I make sure motherfuckers around me is good. Everybody eat and everybody good because, I know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
So 5? 5?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, 5.
5. Okay. Not stating desires. You rarely state what you want directly.
1. I'm gonna let it be known. You know what I'm saying?
Very vocal.
Just because closed mouth don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from an experience. You gotta say what you want. Because you hate being that. Go to a high school reunion. I used to have it crashed on you. Hey, bitch, I was fucking back then. You could have been said something.
Last one. Attempting to fit in and impress. You try to fit into a group by pretending to be interested in things you're not or exaggerating about your experiences, wealth, or achievements.
Nah, that's scary, bro. Like, I feel like, man, like, I just feel like be trying to fit in with me. So, like, once I realized that, I was like, man, I just want to go home, dog. I think that's a 1 for me. Actually, no, that's like a 2. I think that everybody has experience with that.
Why'd you hop from 1 to 2?
Because I feel like the repulsiveness in it means that I possess some of that, which I think everybody does. And those occurrences where I display that disgust me. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, why am I acting like that? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
I'm curious, like, what's a setting that you would catch yourself slipping?
All right, say the scenario again one more time.
Okay, so attempting to fit in and impress. You try to fit into a group by pretending to be interested in things you're not or exaggerating about your experiences, wealth, and achievements.
Right, so not the exaggeration part, but like, like you go around, just you find yourself out of place because you've gone too far, right? I've gone too far sometimes. And what I mean by that is like, I'm in Palm Springs with these white people doing, you know what I'm saying? This is like, like I'm out here, it's not a in sight. Like, wait a goddamn minute, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, and it's like, it's just like you find yourself in those moments not knowing better. I've worked with different producers and shit back in the day who I didn't realize were using me, right, in my stories, in my, you know what I'm saying, like comedic timing and all that shit. Because they had more money at the time or they had more access to Hollywood at the time. I allowed them to be like, oh, well, in editing, like, no, I don't do that, do this. When I know the joke was better, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I got to take care of my family. I got to make sure I can, you know what I'm saying? And when you get older in the business and you look back at who took advantage of you, that's why you can't do nobody dirty. I look back at motherfuckers and be like, nigga, I wish, boy, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, you're not going to be a lion cub forever. One day Simba got to come back and be like, nigga, my shit. And people just be thinking that you're gonna be down and a rookie and green, or
you're not gonna make it. Yeah,
exactly.
You're not gonna make it.
And it's like, no, you got to see me, pimp. You had to see me. You got to see me. Cranberry juice water.
Callie, what did he get?
2.2. What that mean?
So
you're not really a people pleaser.
You're not, which is a good thing. The lower the number, the better.
Got you.
So if you would have got a straight 1, it would have been like, yeah, CP don't give no fucks about nothing.
Yeah,
he doesn't seek any approval. But I feel like for the ones that you scored high on, they matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
a nice, healthy balance.
The best thing, man, is being honest with yourself, bro. Like, man, it's so hard to keep up a lie, dog. And when you just you could just chill. That's why real talk. That's why I like what I did on Love Life. I was a regular nigga, bro. I wasn't thugged out. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't saying
a family, kids.
Yeah, I wasn't saying, I was like me. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of them lines you see, the super funny shit that I was coming up with that shit on the spot, just free. And they was like, to do what I've been doing with skits with Callie and Reggie Bo and all that shit from years ago, to do that the same shit for these HBO motherfuckers and be like, oh my God, it's crazy.
He's going off script.
But I'm being myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's the most comfortable thing you could do. Like, find where you could be yourself. If you got to not be who you are, that's not your place. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's okay. You just got to find your place. It's not your place, though.
Find your people. That's
people,
actually,
bro.
The whole book is about that. It's just
really,
literally what you just said is what the book is about.
Yeah, and you ain't had to write a book. See, we could just kick with your man. You know what I'm saying? 5-10 minutes, you get fucked the book. But whatever.
Find your people.
You got to find your people because it's just, bro, that's the difference between becoming Einstein and just being an old motherfucker with a fucked up haircut. Like, the right people not knowing who you are and how to spread the word about you. Like, your reputation is everything.
Thanks.
Like, everything, because what's said about you is gonna travel faster than what you can say about yourself.
Can't be in every room.
Man, please. What's up?
Just to this camera, can you just let everybody know where to find you?
Y'all can find me, man, on Instagram at ComedianCP, Twitter at ComedianCP, TikTok at CP and Reggie Bo, YouTube at Comedian CP. I got a podcast, the CP podcast. We got like 35 episodes up, so y'all can go to my YouTube or to your podcast, like Spotify or podcast app. Check those out. It's really, really good. Like I said, look out for How to Die Alone on Hulu. And My Father's Son is coming.
Well, thank you, CP, for joining us, man. And thank you, Callie, Brandon. Another episode in the book, Sean.
Yeah, another one.
Man, we did it.
Perfect.